What's up, everybody? I am Matthew Weaver. This is Beyond the Harmony, beyondtheharmony.com, and you were listening to a brand new monthly segment called Bone News Network. The main goal when creating this series is going to be to have a one-stop shop for you to catch all things bone for the past month. If you know of anything that we missed, drop a comment below. Let's get into January's news. Layzie Bone had a New Year's Eve pay-per-view event, Phoenix Rising. A lot of the advertisements I saw, he was going with L-Burna for that. I think it started off at 8 p.m. Pacific time. Had some featuring artists in the beginning. They had some pre-recorded performances or messages, and had a DJ set. And then Layzie came out, and he rapped about 10 songs or so. He had a little bit of a freestyle session, a little bit at the end with HC. Overall, it was a pretty entertaining event to ring in the new year. Technically, this was December and 2020, but it didn't end until January 2021, so we're throwing it in. There's going to be a little cutoff freedom needed to be able to stay up to date and get this video series out on any kind of a set schedule. Layzie appeared on a talk show podcast and Caffeine show, and that's on YouTube. Looks like it was probably recorded in December, but aired in January. He referenced the Phoenix Rising pay-per-view event. It's about, an hour-long episode or so. Couple key highlights from that interview. He talked about how he has taught himself how to engineer over the years, and he says he engineered his own album, which I thought was very interesting. The talk show brought up the topic of Verzuz, and pretty much right off the bat, Layzie's response was no other group has enough records to go toe-to-toe with them, and they referenced the usual 3 6 and Wu-Tang. They touched a little bit on having a TV or movie, and he kind of said in his own mind his preference would be to have maybe, multiple parts telling each member's story. He mentioned that he's been directing his own short stories and short films to practice getting ready, and they have to ask about new music or the next Bone album. And he said his opinion only, but it would be amazing to have a grand finale with all 5 members. And then he kind of hinted again at maybe a film or movie concept, maybe the soundtrack for the movie. Both on Layzie Bone's Instagram and Layziegear said new music coming, and then had a screenshot of a whole bunch of albums, so keep your eyes open for that. Hopefully coming soon at Layziegear.com. Flesh and Bone. Flesh and Bone was on a YouTube channel, The Gold Mine. 2-part video broken up over 2 separate videos, roughly 30 minutes total. Looks like it was probably recorded in December and released this month in January. Check it out. They covered, a lot of the usual topics, and it was good to see Flesh's opinion on some very specific stuff. Worth a look for sure. Flesh and Wish actually had a live concert. It was in Eastern Oregon on the Oregon-Idaho border. I had seriously debated going to this. It was a 9-hour drive, but at the end I didn't commit. It looks like that there was a meet and greet the day of the show before, and then the day after as well. If any listeners went to this show, definitely drop a comment below and let everybody know how it was and what you thought. What was it like going to a concert? I would love to hear about that, and I'm sure everybody else would too. Next up, we have Crazy Bone. Crazy posted on his Instagram recently that he was looking for producers. He is looking for new beats for Chasing the Devil 2. He said anything from dark and gloomy all the way to, upbeat. He wants to hear it. Go check out his Instagram. He dropped the email address where to send those to. It looked like he posted that while he was out on the golf course. If you check out his Instagram, you'll see that he and Keith G may have picked up a new hobby during lockdown. And that wraps up the 5 guys news for this month. Moving on, Cleve Stig from Bloodline Harmony. Go check him out on Facebook. He has a new indie film that he's a part of that is a Power Ranger fan film. There is a GoFundMe for that. Definitely go check him out and see what that's all about and show your support. Well, that wraps up the first episode of Bone News Network. Did this cover January for you? What else should we be covering? This series will be whatever you want it to be as far as news and updates go. Let us know what you think, and we will see you in February.